Well, first, congratulations for the work, and Owen, you make an incredible acting. And first, I'd like to know, how do you live in the set? What was the biggest challenge to play the characters, to be with the camera nearly all the time?
The challenging part was the depth and the subject matter that's involved with the show. You know, obviously it's a dark one and intense, so that's what was a bit challenging for me, because I'm nothing like Jamie at all. So yeah, that was the challenging part, and the one shot was daunting at first, but I got, you know, the people around me made me comfortable about it. So yeah.
And what things you do when you leave the set to relax?
I'd go play swing ball with my chaperone after it, and then I'd get straight back into tutoring straight after a take. So
yeah, you have to go to school all the time as well while you're here, don't forget. Yeah.
Stephen, we saw in too many films and TV shows. I'd like to know if this was the biggest challenge of your career, not only for your acting, also for the ride.
It was a wonderful experience, you know what I mean? And it was an honor to be a part of, and a pleasure to be asked to come up with something. So instantly I had an idea of what story I would like to tell. And then straight away I knew that the only person that could help me write something like that was Jack Thorne, who's a wonderful writer, do you know what I mean? And a beautiful man. Mm-hmm. So I knew that what we were going to make would be something that you would have to grab the audience instantly. Do you know what I mean? And I knew that with what we were asking of a young lad like Owen to be able to do is a unique talent. You know what I mean? So that was our primary purpose, to create a wonderful kind of environment for this young lad to be able to do what he does. Do you know what I mean? And just have a story that's very relevant for today. And personally, you know, there's been quite a few events where young boys have stabbed and killed young girls in our country, and it kind of made me think, why is this happening? If I'm really honest with you, you know, it hurt my heart. And as a parent, I feel there's a kind of sense of we need to have conversations about these kind of things that are happening today. Do you know what I mean? And there's a great saying, which is, it takes a village to raise a child. And if you look at that concept, then it's kind of like we're all accountable in certain ways for what happens today. Do you know what I mean? In many ways. So it's kind of, that's what we wanted to look at. And I think that was the challenge of bringing something to the table which we could all, because when these kind of things happen and you think, oh God, that could never happen to me. Do you know what I mean? Or that would never happen to me. But it's kind of like, well, what if it did? What if it was your child that this happened to? Do you know what I mean?
And what work did you do each to make this relationship so true in the screen?
Well, like I've said before and Stephen said before, you know, I didn't look at Stephen as Stephen. You know, I'd look at him as my actual dad. You know, and Christine, I'd look at her as my mum. So you know, Stephen wasn't in my head when action was called, you know, so and we did chemistry test before that, it clicked instantly, so yeah.
Sometimes you can't explain these things, they just happen and it just feels so natural and so real. Do you know what I mean? You both jump in and you immerse yourselves into the moment, and it's like, wow, you can't intellectualize it. Sometimes it just happens. It's a natural thing that happens, and it was just a click. It was just there. It just, I don't know. It just seemed to work, didn't it?
Yeah.
I'm happy here. Thank you guys for your time.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Take care.